At 79, Cher doesn't hold back. She names the 5 men she hated the most. Behind every iconic performance lies drama you've never heard. And to be honest, I was really shocked about what happened to Cher. For those who don't know her, Cher, born as Cheryl Sarkisian in 1946, is an entertainment icon. Dubbed the goddess of pop, she's known for her contralto voice, stunning reinventions, bold fashion, and remarkable longevity in show business. From rising to fame as half of the duo Sonny and Cher, to winning an Oscar for Moonstruck, Cher has conquered music, film, TV, and more. But her path wasn't always glamorous. She's been hurt, manipulated, and betrayed, especially by the men in her life. Those experiences hardened her resolve, sharpened her wit, and informed the woman she is today.
But by the time I was finished, you know? It was like, I'm done, dude. I'm out of here. And so, I mean, I still liked him. I still loved him. I mean, even when he did terrible things, I loved him because...
In 1964, Cher and then boyfriend Sonny Bono began performing together as Caesar and Cleo, soon rebranded as Sonny and Cher. They exploded onto the scene with hits like I Got You Babe, and went on to star in the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour from 1971 to 1974.
Mommy,
Whatty?
how did you push Daddy down that hole?
It was neat, wasn't it? Well, you see, a little cord came, and I pulled it, and it was a trap door, and he just went for stunk right in.
Daddy go to
For
hell?
stunk.
No, there was a mattress down there.
You
Can I
want-
do it?
Huh?
Can I do it to him?
Can you do it to him? Sure.
On screen, they were partners, but behind the scenes, their marriage was marred by control and exploitation. When they met, Cher was only 16 years old, while Sonny was 27, which is really a huge age difference at that age. Cher had recently moved to Hollywood, chasing her dream of becoming a singer, while Sonny was working for record producer Phil Spector. They met through friends, and when Cher found herself with nowhere to live, Sonny offered her a place to stay. They married in 1969 and had a child, Chaz Bono, born as Chastity. While their love story looked like a fairy tale publicly, the relationship was more complicated behind the scenes. In her memoir, Cher revealed that early in their relationship, her career was legally tied up in Sonny's contract. David Geffen read her contract and told her it amounted to involuntary servitude. Cher earned nothing unless Sonny signed off on it. He was also reportedly unfaithful during their marriage, which Cher later revealed deeply hurt her. She described feeling like she was more of a possession than a partner. By 1974, the strain became too much. Cher discovered the extent of Sonny's affairs and felt suffocated by his control over her life and career. That awakening pushed her to break away, reclaim her career, and transform into a self-determined solo star. They officially divorced in 1975. Beyond the divorce from Sonny in 1975, Cher's life was a roller coaster. That same year, she married Greg Allman just 3 days after their first meeting. But Cher quickly filed for divorce only 9 days later, citing Allman's heroin and alcohol use. However, they reconciled and decided to work through their issues, remaining married until 1979. Their relationship was marked by highs and lows. On one hand, they shared deep affection and had a son together, Elijah Blue Allman, born in 1976. On the other hand, Greg's addictions and their vastly different worlds caused frequent conflicts. Cher tried to support Allman through his struggles with sobriety, even helping him get into rehab multiple times, but his relapses put a strain on their marriage. Despite the chaos, the two collaborated musically. They released an album together as Allman and Woman titled To the Hard Way. The album wasn't a commercial success, and the tour turned chaotic. The audiences didn't know whether to cheer pop or rock, and fights broke out. By 1979, the relationship had unraveled. Cher couldn't handle his substance abuse and the instability that came with it. Despite personal damage, Cher kept going. She returned to primetime TV specials and began redefining herself. In the early 1980s, while recovering from Epstein-Barr virus and chronic fatigue syndrome, she declined major film roles like Thelma and Louise and The War of the Roses. Her film breakthrough began with Silkwood in 1983, earning a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. proof she could do more than belt out hits. Then came Mask in 1985, where she played Rusty Dennis opposite Eric Stoltz. She won the Cannes Best Actress Award, though she earned no Oscar nomination. And then came Moonstruck in 1987, and Cher won the Academy Award for Best Actress. This triumphant moment proved she was here to stay both in music and film. Cher was fiercely critical of Peter Bogdanovich, the director of Mask. In interviews promoting her memoir, she called him an a-hole, arrogant, and a pig. She recalled a moment when Bogdanovich yelled at her after she made a harmless suggestion about filming a scene, like so brazen that he told her, "I'm not going to let you direct this film. You're a nobody." She described him as not nice to the girls in the film, so effing arrogant. I really, really disliked him. Bogdanovich, meanwhile, called Cher the most difficult actor he'd ever worked with, saying she didn't trust men and needed loads of close-ups to compensate for her uneven acting delivery. And then there's Frank Oz, known for Muppets, but hired to direct Cher in Mermaids in 1990. She claims she had him fired mid-production. "I said, either you're going or I'm going." He said, "At least my wife loves me," which she found deeply disrespectful. Though Oz is regarded as a great director, personally, he had a thing about her that made collaboration impossible. Through the decades, Cher's defining trait has been fierce tenacity. With Bogdanovich, she didn't revolt for control, for her input was creative, coming from experience, not insecurity. She said she speaks up when needed and takes credit when it's due. Throughout hardship, from misogynistic executives to exploitative relationships, she kept creating. When infomercial critics called her sellout, she shrugged, earning nearly $10 million when studios balked at her offers. Cher's struggles with men run deep. Her father abandoned the family, after which Cher legally removed Sarkisian from her name. Sonny had contractual control. She only earned if he allowed it. Greg Allman's marriage collapsed amid chaos and differing fame. Bogdanovich and Oz undermined her professionalism. Industry insiders repeatedly underestimated her emotional vulnerability. Her son Chaz's transition and Elijah's addiction reveal emotional pain she endured privately. Yet Cher survived and thrived. So at 79, when Cher names the people she hated, these aren't petty grudges. They're battles in a life defined by resistance to being silenced. Yet Cher's legacy is not sadness. It's the echo of a woman who stood tall, dared to speak up, and refused to let her story be manhandled.